Hello, fellow pickers and stuff lovers. Very nice to see you all again, all of you. I hope you're doing well. And we decided to bring you a video since we had stuff to show you. So my name is Chantal and you are on Alice Ops channel. This is the name of my channel. And my husband and I, of course, are pickers, and we love picking up stuff normally at garage sales and secondhand stores and flea markets and what have you, to resell it just because we can't keep it all in the house. It would be too much. So we end up reselling it. Well, because we are going through a pandemic and because there isn't much we can do about going outsourcing, my husband very cleverly, about a month or so ago, was looking online for other creative new ways of finding stock. And one person put up this amazing thing. And I hope they do it again, but they haven't so far. Anyways, it's basically a virtual estate sale. So you're not going to the house where other people are and you can't keep the proper distance from them and all of that. There's no faffing around. It's on their website, they show you different items with prices or different lots of items with prices, and you purchase it and then go pick it up. It's a contactless pickup, if you will. They've even pre-wrapped it for you and everything. Well, we took a look at that and it was like a real estate sale. I really just enjoyed the experience that for once I didn't have to fight anyone and I didn't have to look for stuff that I had rolled under the couch or anything, you know. Don't get me wrong, I really, really love going to an estate sale and trying to find the stuff that other people haven't caught on to and haven't seen value in, and it's a lot of fun. And I love seeing the homes and a little bit of the story of the people who live there. But if I can't have that, this is fun because the pros here are that you're not fighting off two other people who want to see the same thing you do. If it's there and you buy it, it's yours. No one is trying to dig into your box that you've put aside and you have to fend them off. No, I'm buying that. I've bought it. So that's great. The cons are that you can't examine every article up close as if you were there, but the prices. I think what was going on, we had a ka-ching, that'll be interesting. What was going on is that the gentleman doing this was selling someone's house. You know, he was selling the contents of someone's house and they needed to be out by a certain time. So some things he identified very well as having a higher value and put a good price on it, and that's fine, some china and whatever. But there were lots of little things that I think he just said, let's put all that glass together and, you know. So basically we bought a few different lots, but what I'll be showing you today is part of two lots we bought. One of them for $14 and the other one for $12. So at first my husband is scrolling through the photos and he's like, well, I've bought this lot, see what you think. So I'm looking at all of this stuff and I'm going, this is $12 for what? For this or that? And he's like, no, for everything. In each lot there was something like 20 items. So even if some of those items ended up being not that valuable, there's still some value in them. And then, you know, some of the other items would more than cover that and give us a good profit. So I was hysterical and I couldn't wait to get my hands on the things because some of it you couldn't really see in the pictures very well, but you were just like, oh, okay, that looks like an owl, and this is this thing out of glass. Okay, fine, let's get that. So I'll show you now some of those things. Okay, so we have, to start with, this is a Costa Boda glass owl. And that should sell for maybe $15. Costa Boda is pretty well known, and here's an elephant by the same people. Glass that was mostly popular, came to be in the 60s, maybe early 70s. Definitely very stylish and lots of fun. It's a sort of flat back elephant. And we got 2 of those. The other one is packed away, so you're seeing that one. And I believe that they were signed. I'm just gonna let you know so that you can know what to look for. No, I don't see it on there. Let's see if on the owl maybe. May or may not be signed. Oh, well, yeah, this one has a sticker. Large. If you see something that looks like that, it's Costa Boda. If it's got a flat back and it's glass and kind of stylish, and don't even wonder, it's Costa Boda. There was a small pewter elephant that is not signed, but that was just cute. Why not? Most of the stuff that we found was signed. I was so not expecting this, because some of it ended up having real value, and I wasn't expecting this. It was a really nice surprise, and some really good, well-made pieces. This is a Swarovski. And this one, I verified it and saw that there was a sign. Usually it's a swan that's etched in, but they also have this logo, which I guess is a stylized swan. It almost looks like 2 S's in a box. I'll see if we can maybe add it in the video later. At any rate, look very closely. I saw that, and I looked it up because I wasn't familiar with that particular logo, and found out that it's Swarovski. So there was this turtle, there was a tiny Swarovski swan as well. There's a Swarovski dog. All of that included $12. And because it's Swarovski, it doesn't mean you're going to be a millionaire, you understand. These pieces, like some of them will go for $10, $15, but it's a surer $15 than if it wasn't signed, and if we just thought it's regular glass. This is actual crystal, and it's Swarovski. So if people are collecting Swarovski in particular, they'll pick your $15 item over somebody else's $15 item that's not signed. A big slug. No, it's an escargot, and that's a snail in English, but I can say escargot because it's also that. And there's a huge rose quartz ball stuffed in its shell. The detail, I think, is really nice, and the bottom is stamped. It's signed. It's signed something I can't remember. I'm really sorry. We did a lot of looking up because there were so many things that were signed. But it's silver as well. It's stamped and identified as silver, and so we think that it could be worth a little bit. Like, I'm thinking upwards of $50, maybe a little less, but it's definitely worth something. This is a replica. It says it's actually inscribed here, saying that it's a replica of a Roman jug. and that's encased in plastic and lucite, if you will. And I think that's from a museum, produced by, no, it says ancient jug replica from the Holy Land. So there you go. Very decorative and sweet. And if you can't find the original Roman glass, you have this. I don't really know of a value for that, but we will see. This is a glass owl, and very stylish again, very Norway, Finland kind of design. It is signed as well, and let me see if I can remember what it says. Oh, I do not. It says lots of RK and HD. We've found what it was, but I can't remember right now. It's Kroner? Royal Kronar. And we've listed it. So if ever you're interested. Yeah. This is really interesting. This I added to the pile afterwards. That was about $7. Sorry. It is a bell. It rings really loudly, so I'm going to try and not ring it. It's a bird made with abalone, and I just think a very beautiful design, very detailed. And I bought as a mate to it another bird, abalone, and also silver. That one was stamped silver. It was stamped Castillo, Mexico, I guess, and it was on like a piece of rock. Well, that bird sold for $74. We've already sold it, so I can't show it to you. But that's it. It was another item that was all stamped and marked, and was such a great deal because I paid $7 for that one too, and we ended up getting $74 out of it. You never know. Sometimes people at estate sales or sales in general will think, oh, this is just a tchotchke, you know, it's just this little whatnot and nobody cares. But, you know, I think those things are striking, and that's why I take a risk sometimes when the price is right. So this one, I really thought it was in the same style. I thought maybe it's marked somewhere. I can't find a thing, but it looks like the same sort of style. I don't know. I would expect we'd get something for that too. This just looked like a cool type of Roman glass type looking thing. It probably is not Roman glass because, I don't know, it's not dirty enough to be Roman glass, you know. There would be more kind of residue, I would think. I don't know. I'm not an expert in Roman glass, but I do think it's very nice. I think somebody would go for that just because of the look. That was in the pile of $12 to $14 there. So was this. A beautiful little figurine or statue made of silver. It's all marked underneath, and I'm not sure we can show that, but you know, that was another great surprise. We had no idea at the time. We just bought it in a lot for $12 or $14, depending which lot it was in. And it ended up being a very fetching thing in the way it's put together. So many tiny details, and I think that's lovely in itself. We got 3 of these. The design is slightly different to each one. One of them has a hole in the middle of the glass. It was just blown like that. But handmade and silver, made in Israel, to represent the style of Roman glass. And we found out that these are by a company called King Solomon Finds, and they're very distinctive looking. We have seen some online go for about $70, and they were smaller than that. So we've got a few up right now around the $100 mark, and we'll see where that goes. Certainly, we also have other little tiny things like this turtle. Looks like it's made out of resin, you know, nothing to write home about, but just very sweet, well done, and to be added to someone's collection. Just a delightful little thing. And when it's just thrown into $12, basically each thing comes to like about 40 cents. So yeah, I can't complain whichever way. An enamel owl. He is sporting a little scarf. Love the colors on that thing. So beautifully done. And of course it's a little box that's enameled inside. I don't know, on something like that, you know, you could be looking at $15, $20, something of that kind. It's not super rare or anything. This I got as an extra thing for $5 because it's Czech. It's signed on the bottom, Czechoslovakia. And this is like cut to cranberry glass, like this part of the glass. This white part is cut to this pinkish raspberry glass, and these are fairly desirable. I'm certainly happy to get one for $5. You can get some that are bigger or more ornate, maybe for, you know, $50. This, $25, $30 maybe. Maybe a little less, it all depends how long we want to wait. And this gorgeousness is another piece of art glass. We love getting art glass because it's often hard to pinpoint. You know, it's not something you'll just look up, here's the value, you'll sell it for that. It's something that you can put up and get a little bit of a surprise in the interest. Because they're all different, it depends what people are looking for. This is by, I think, was it, and I'm going to ask my husband, Eichholt is the artist, and it has this beautiful iridescence in it that's kind of hard to get on camera. Beautiful shades of blue, and just a pleasure. And that's signed too, of course. Now, one thing that I really liked and that I added to our mix was this, because it's ornate and reminiscent of maybe the 1830s, and within it there is an egg, and the egg is beautiful and blue. And cobalt blue, that is to say there's a big blue sphere inside that colors it, gives it that cobalt blue look, and it's all got gilt down the sides. Very decorative. I really don't know where this comes from. There's no indication whatsoever. But I love that it all goes together, and I really don't know what we'll ask for that. That I will have to do more research on, but clearly it's more than 40 cents, and just an inspired find. You know, I find that sort of thing just there are many types of things that go on in my mind. It appeals to me for many reasons. You know, the fact that it's representative of a Fabergé egg, the fact that there's this beautiful casing protecting this precious thing. It's something that is reminiscent of monarchs and beautiful things like that. So that'll be fun to sell. This beautiful piece of glass. I love the colors that melt together in there, that orange and that azure blue. That was in the lot for $12. These two, $12 plus a whole bunch of other things. I couldn't believe that, you know, that normally you'd go to an estate sale or a garage sale and they would ask you $12 for each piece at least. These are the last item that I will bring you today. There are 4 of the same type of thing. They are basically faux dogs, Chinese kind of lions, and they are all enameled, beautiful colors, and they are also silver gilt. So all that mesh is silver and it's gilded, if you will. Gilded? You say that? Gilded? You know, with gilt on top. And we've got 4 of those. One of them, his ball has detached from his little paw. Their heads kind of swivel a bit and jiggle. Well, we've seen 2 of these sell for about $71. So we've listed these somewhere around $200. I think they're on sale right now and they're less than that, but that was another great surprise. So even though right now we're limited in some ways, maybe it opens up some other doors and some other ways of doing things that end up being beneficial to us. And as I said before, we're pickers. We know how to separate the good from the bad. We know where to find the good through the bad. So I hope you've been able to do that and find a little peace and a little picking. And hopefully we will speak again very soon. Take it easy.